Hello peeps and welcome to Sundays with Sparky. How's it going? I am back, as you may have noticed. Back in good old southeast England. So yeah, I'm back from my little trip away. So that'll be why Wednesday there was no video. Because Wednesday I spent literally the entire day travelling. Didn't get a very good night's sleep on the Tuesday night, so Wednesday I had to make more stops so that I didn't fall asleep behind the wheel, because that'd be bad. That'd be pretty bad. So yeah, so by the time I got home, and then I had to reseat my RAM because my monitors weren't coming on. So by the time I got home and got everything set up again, it was like, I don't know, 8:30. And all I wanted to do was just have a shower and have a cup of tea and just chill out. So that's why there was no video on Wednesday. So we've got one more Broforce video to come. One more Broforce video to come, which will be out tomorrow. And I've got some plans for One-Off Wednesday for this week. I'm not going to tell you too much about it. I'm just going to do it and see how that goes. And yeah, the Big Deck Player video that I put out on Friday has been getting some good views, so that's all good. My subscriber count's going up, so if you're a new subscriber, thank you very much indeed. When that little number goes up, I get a little bit excited in my heart places. It's all good. So thank you very much if you are a new subscriber. And if you're not a new subscriber but you are still subscribed, then thank you for your continued support, because it does mean a lot to me. So yeah, I'm probably going to put in some footage. Probably going to put in some footage of some other stuff that I did while I was up in Yorkshire. We went to Whitby on the Tuesday, and that was pretty cool. I had a good time. My diet went out the window the entire time I was up there, though. We had what did we get? Oh, on the Friday I met up with Bumpy and Raina and Suki, which was awesome, and we went to a place called Red's in Leeds. If you haven't been there before, then you really should, unless you're vegetarian, in which case it's probably no point. But it's like a barbecue restaurant, like a deep south United States barbecue, and they've got lots of different types of barbecue sauce, and they do all these fantastic burgers and ribs and chicken, and oh, it was so good. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll put a picture of the pit burger here, and that's what myself and Suki and Bumpy had. We all had one of those. And then Raina decided she was going to have her pulled pork sandwich, which, you know, sounds just like a sandwich. No, this is the pulled pork sandwich. It's ridiculous. I was expecting the pit burger to be like the big thing, because it was like the most expensive burger they had. But then they brought out the pulled pork sandwich. I was like, oh my god, it's enormous. So yeah, and the desserts, I didn't get any photos of the desserts, but the desserts were amazing. So that's I haven't been asked or paid or anything like that to promote Red's in Leeds, but seriously, you should go there and try it, because it's amazing, absolutely amazing. And the lady that served us was really hot as well, which, yeah, that just made everything better. I haven't been to the cinema for a while, but I have watched. Well, while I was up in Yorkshire, I went to a boot fair and picked up some really cheap DVDs, which was nice. So the first one was they're slightly older than some of the more recent stuff that I've been watching. Phonebooth. I haven't seen this movie in ages. I think I had a copy of it on VHS. That's how long ago. It was the last time I watched it. 2002, I think it's came out. So I've only ever seen it like once, I think, or twice maybe. So it's a really good movie, and considering it's essentially that almost the entire film takes place on one street, and you've got kind of 3 or 4 like main actors, and they're all pretty much on that one set the whole time. So it just goes to show that you don't need... I mean, I doubt the budget for this was very big, just because it doesn't need to be. Really good film. If you haven't seen Phonebooth, then you really should, because I think this is probably the movie that kind of helped Colin Farrell kind of go from just being a guy from Ireland who was an actor to being kind of a bit more up there as far as his kind of acting credibility and stuff was concerned. Really good movie. So you should check it out if you haven't seen it before. It's about a guy who's in a phone booth, and I don't really want to tell you much more about it than that, but it gets my recommendation. The other film that I've watched recently was The Illusionist. Edward Norton, Paul Giamatti, Jessica Biel. It's also got Rufus Sewell and Eddie Marsan in it. This came out around the same time as The Prestige did, and unfortunately I think this one kind of got overshadowed. I think it was because of the cast in this. I mean, the cast in this is good, but I think the cast in The Prestige was slightly higher profile. You got like Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Scarlett Johansson, and it was directed by Christopher Nolan as well, who did like the Batman movies. So yeah, I think that's kind of why this didn't do as well. I mean, that could be completely wrong. It could be that the Prestige was done by a bigger studio and had more money for marketing and advertising and stuff, whereas this one didn't. This one doesn't look like it was on a big like studio or anything, so that might be why. But it was good. I'm not sure that I like it as much as The Prestige though, because in The Prestige you still kind of got an idea as to how they did the tricks and all their sleight of hand, and there was some explanation as to how it was done. But in this, there wasn't really, and so there was no real kind of explanation. Like, was he actually a magician? Was the actual magic, or was it just more clever tricks and stuff? You never find out. And they kind of explain a whole chunk of it at the end, to do with the actual plot and the story and how things were kind of set in motion, but they don't explain any of the like real like magic tricks that he does. Except, well, they explain one, but they don't explain like half of the other ones, the more fantastical things that he does. And it's like, well, I don't know. It was good. I think if you haven't seen it, then you probably should give it a try. I mean, for me, I picked it up for at a boot fair or car boot sale for 50p, maybe a pound. So not very expensive. So if you can find it cheap like that, then what have you got to lose, really? It kept me entertained for the duration of the film. I didn't think at any point, oh my god, I need to turn this off, I need to go to bed, which I probably should have done, because I think by the time it finished it was like 3 AM, which is why I'm a bit bleary-eyed this morning. But no, it was good. I enjoyed it. But I think Prestige is probably better. Oh, David Bowie's in Prestige as well, so that kind of makes that. I think he plays Nicholas Tesla. So, you know, it's pretty cool, really. So yeah, maybe if you haven't seen The Illusionist, give that a try. But if you haven't seen The Prestige either, then maybe you should watch both. Okay, I think that's it for movies. I'm not sure what I'm going to see at the cinema because there's lots of movies that come out that I'm like, oh, I quite fancy that. I quite fancy that. Gone Girl is getting some good reviews from people that I know and trust with their opinions and stuff about movies. And I'd quite like to see The Equalizer with Denzel, because it's Denzel, so it's going to be fairly good, isn't it? And I'm intrigued. I'm interested in Dracula: The Untold Story, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one. I think I might leave that one until it comes out on DVD, because I just don't know. I want it to be good. I want it to be really good, but I'm not sure that it's going to be. I mean, it's got a fairly good cast, and you can't really go too wrong with the story, unless you start changing everything, and in which case, maybe. Anyway, so it'll probably be The Equalizer, because I kind of want to see that more, and I've got a. It's Denzel, so you know, it's Denzel, and he's pretty cool. So I'll probably give that a try, but we shall see. We shall see. So yeah, I think that's everything. So yeah, I'll probably put in my little kind of trip to Whitby thing at the end. So if you don't want to watch it, then you don't have to. But if you do, then it's there and you can watch it. Alright, thanks very much for watching, peeps. I will see you next week. I don't know why I had to think about that. But we'll talk about more movies and video games and other shenanigans. And yeah, I'll see you then. Bye bye.
So many cows. I don't think they can hear me.
Not from here. I mean, look at them all.
Oh, cows! Oh, what is that smell?
Cows! That's cow shit, yeah. That's that.
Oh my god.
Welcome to Yorkshire.
Welcome to Yorkshire, where everything smells like shag. Look at that f***ing view. That's pretty spectacular, that is. Right there. Oh.
These crazy bastards here. Whoa! Sweet Jesus!
I've lost my drink! I wasn't expecting it to be quite like that.
Yeah! Driving in Yorkshire. That's literally all the way through. Look at his face! He has the right face for the camera! Especially with that f***ing beard.
Wow, look at that! Look at that! Look at that! So brown! Look at all the brown!
It's just a look, it's just like a full panoramic.
It looks like we're driving off the end of the map.
We're about to drive off the end of the map. Yeah, come to my YouTube channel, Freelski's Flicks. There's no f***ing videos yet. I'm not going to watch, but please subscribe.
It's so pretty!
It looks nice, but it smells horrible.
Just like my wiener.
Yeah, well.
I think I'll live in there.